Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's up, folks? What is going on? Hold on one second. What's going on, cousins? What is going on? All right. How y'all doing? Let me go ahead and get our other cousins on here real quick. I am not going to be long, but I ain't been by here in a minute, okay? I'm going to try to be in and out, short, sweet, straight to the beat. And then I'm going to let y'all go on about your day, your afternoon, your evening, whenever you are watching this. But clearly you see what's on the screen, so you already know where we're going. And you ought to know what time it is. But before we get started, let me go ahead and get everybody in the chat that need to be here. And then we'll go ahead and get this thing popping. What's going on, Instagram fam? It is your girl, Dr. Worlds, coming by to do my due diligence. I know I have not been by here in a cool minute. It's been a lot of things going on, a lot of things transpiring, but I had to make sure I came by here right now when I could have, the opportunity to do so and speak to my cousins. With that being said, I want to welcome those that are here for the very first time, and I want to welcome back those that always come and spend the block and hang with your girl, Dr. Worlds. Okay, with that being said, please go ahead and pay your dues before we go ahead and get straight to the news. Okay, it is absolutely free 99. It does not cost anybody anything to go ahead and hit that like button. Share this video with somebody if you over here on YouTube. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, copy the link, send it to somebody's text message, somebody's DM, somebody's email. If you on Facebook, tag, share, invite somebody. And if you over here on the gram fam, go ahead and share to your stories, share to your DM, go ahead, share to your profile, tag somebody, go crazy on the hearts. It helps me beat the algorithm. That's it. It's human versus machine. Okay. And you probably gonna get tired of hearing me say that if you didn't been around here for a while, but it's real. And I'm about to show y'all some real stats and some real facts. So that if you ain't woke up, if you not in gear, this might get you in gear, dear. Okay? What you about to see. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with a lot of the things that are happening right now at this moment. But one of the pressing issues is, and I'm going to give you some background and some history to understand why this is even a big situation right now. Okay. There's only been 2 times in history where the government has been shut down this long. Once in like 2007, 2008 was the longest government shutdown in history of America inception. Okay. And we are only like 10 or 11 days from beating that record. We are now 3 weeks and 4 days into the government shutdown. And neither side is budging because they got things inside of this bills that they've been passing, something called a CR, continue resolution. We can't come to an agreement, but we come to an agreement to continue to pass what's been working and what we've had in play, since Joe Biden, since Donald Trump, since Obama. Some of the stuff being, passed. Um, and really, basically, in a nutshell, what it is they take American taxpayers' dollars and decide how they're gonna be spent, how they're gonna be budgeted. That's what this is about, okay? It doesn't shut down the United States of America, but it shuts down the programs that monies have been allocated to go to, like food stamps, like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, like military pay, like all of that stuff. It is allocated to certain departments. How much is going to go to what? So you got one side saying, hey, we want you guys to be more mindful of, not just the immigrants, but the low income, the impoverished, the poor people. We want y'all, to be cognizant of what's going on with low income families. And then you got the other side that's saying, hey, we are cognizant of that, but we need greater attention to this. We need to stop y'all from spending money on foolish things. You would actually be able to help the low income, the impoverished a lot more if you stop taking money and spending it on, other things that's wrapped up in this program. So in about 10 or 11 days, we will break the record of ever having, a shutdown go on longer than any other time in history outside of 2007, 2008, when I think the government was shut down for like 35, 36 days. Okay. Um, they predict that it'll only go like 30, 35 days, but who knows? Neither side is budging. They didn't already voted like 13 times. And the crazy part of it all is nobody is affected except the taxpayers. Nobody. Nobody is affected except, I'm gonna take that back. The middle class, low income taxpayers. Because you got billionaires that pay taxes, but they're not affected at all. And this is going to cause 4.2 million people to not have food. So I don't know if y'all been paying attention or not, but they are riled up. I mean, they are really riled up. And I just want to remind y'all of something. I came by here and I shared a prophetic word from a gentleman named Prophet Jeremiah Davis. I played it for like 2 weeks straight. I told y'all, whenever this man hears a word from the Lord, and he's not all over social media prophesying, that's not the type of gentleman he is. He calls an intercessory prayer group together on Zoom, and then people screen record when he say, hey, this has really been pressing my spirit to pray about this. This is really, dropped in my spirit. It's urgent that we pray about this. And then when it comes to pass, people will start putting out clips like, wow, he just said that. So from time to time, again, I will listen to him whenever the Lord leads. Okay. Um, and I know 99.9% of the time that he didn't came and said, God said, down to the plane crashes, down to the tariffs, down to everything that we didn't see. Okay. And he said one key word that I want us to remember. I don't even know if I have it pulled up. I don't think I have it pulled up right now. But he came by here and he said that he saw the United States going on another restriction about 5 to 7 days. Nobody was going to be able to move. There was not going to be no activities allowed, no working, no grocery shopping, no any of that. He said we needed to be in prayer about that. But then what really stuck out to me, he said, brace yourself for an abrupt Thanksgiving. He said there's something gonna happen where it's gonna cause an abruption during Thanksgiving holiday. He said this like in August, September. And here we are coming up in November, and 4.2 million people who use their food stamps for the holiday. They use them every month, but specifically, this is one of the busiest times of the year, Thanksgiving season, and you telling people that they will not be able to afford meals, not just for Thanksgiving, but for the month. They didn't say the food stamps are on pause. They said you will not get them. Period. Okay? Hey fam, how can I get in on the coloring book business you were speaking of? Can you send the link? It's Bathsheba. Yes, a lot of it is. Yes, I can. Go ahead and message me. I'm gonna be talking about it in a minute. I'm not gonna hold y'all here long. The reason why I'm talking to y'all the way that I'm talking to y'all is because I'm about to show y'all some stuff first, and then I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. This is not good. We just getting started. 4.2 million people won't get their food stamps. And if you think this is cap, I got family members on food stamps who had already been notified. Let me go ahead and pull up those receipts so y'all can see. Okay, so they already warned because of the shutdown. Notice that the government's still getting paid. The military won't get their paycheck on Friday. All these men and women that's out here protecting, domestically and internationally, they will not get paid. But congressmen, congresswomen, government contracts, all of that stuff is going forward. People that's on low income assistance, housing, food assistance, rental assistance, whatever type of extra assistance, they now their programs will be cut. But let me show y'all this real quick. Is it this way? Yep. So this is the message that the recipients, TSAs, oh yeah, TSA, air traffic control, they not getting paid. Lots of people. 75,000 federal workers were just furloughed. I'm gonna pull the receipts. 75,000 federal workers was just furloughed. 100,000 federal workers just resigned. That's 175,000 people out of the workforce. Meanwhile, Amazon is replacing 500,000 jobs with AI. I'm about to pull the receipts. I want y'all to see this one first, okay? The government is shut down as of October 1st. SNAP benefits will arrive as scheduled for October. And you can continue to use your October week benefits as normal. But November benefits, oh, hold on. November benefits is definitely at risk. Okay? So they telling them November 1st, your SNAP will not be deposited. This is one of the programs that is affected by the government shutdown. Let me just tell y'all this. Let me just tell y'all this. And y'all got to excuse the background. I'm on the road, okay? I'm in between times and stops and all of that stuff, okay? But let me tell you, 4.2 million people not being able to eat, not being able to provide. I mean, they did give them a 30-day notice, but in 30 days, how is they going to make enough to go buy food, pay their bills, all of this stuff? This is why it has always been important for me to come around here and tell y'all what's up and put y'all up on game. It ain't never been about a sale for me. It's been about serving because I have been saying this for a very long time. that this was going to happen. And now look at where we are. If all you got to do is go look on TikTok and go look on YouTube, they are violent. They didn't already start going to the registers and walking out with their baskets full of food already. And the level of violence that people are spewing on the internet, and nobody is being held accountable for that, is dangerously scary. Because when people can't feed their kids and feed their family, all cards is off the table, unfortunately. And I've been telling my people for a very long time, we should have never been dependent upon these systems anyway. Because if you give them the power to feed you, you also give them the power to starve you. When they want to shut down the government, boom, there we go. What you gonna tell your kids? Yes. Don't think that they brought in the military, the National Guard, to walk down the streets just to control crime. They know exactly what they're doing. And this is why I believe Prophet Jeremiah said that there will be shutdown in America for about 5 to 7 days. This was just a big old preparation, okay? That's it. Just a big old preparation. And unfortunately, it's a lot of people already need help. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But you got 4.2 million people that's not going to be able to feed their families. And they already on go talking about what they doing and how they going to do it. And they don't care. They not starving. So everybody, that's gonna cause something, whether you know it or not. That's gonna cause something. That really is. This is why it's important for you to be in rural areas, not in city areas. This is why it's important for you to be around people who are like-minded believers, so that y'all all can protect each other. Okay, this is why we're having trouble streaming to this Facebook. Okay, let me just remove the destination. No problem. Okay, I don't know what that was about, but this is why we should have been moving accordingly. Okay, this is terrifying, and I'm not terrified for me. I'm terrified for this country. Every day that this government is shut down, it is costing us billions of dollars. We are already like $35 trillion in debt. Donald Trump said if the America is bankrupt, we'll lose everything. Every program, every benefit, every assistance gone. Just like that. This is what they want. This is what they're doing. They could have came together to vote on, but they are able to get control from chaos. So yeah, this is being done. Not to mention, it's not just the food stamps. They want to come back out yesterday. I'm gonna let y'all see it. They want to come out yesterday, and then they want to say, well, it's not just the food stamps. Hold on. But Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid are going to be gone. Why? Why would Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security be gone? Because he says the Democrats won't approve the funding, the government shutdown. He said at a press conference that when he asked the Democrats for feedback on the funding bill, one of them said it means death. Deaf to these, deaf because you're going to lose Medicaid, they're going to lose their Social Security, they're going to lose Medicare, and all those things are going to be gone because the whole country will be bankrupt. I mean, who shuts down a government and we're breaking a record? Like we're breaking a record. The only time this government has been shut down this long was in 2007, 2008. Well, what happened in 2007, 2008? The housing market crash. That's what happened. The economy tanked badly. That's what happened. And notice how all these people who have now stocks and Bitcoin and AI and platforms, they are prospering their butts off. Took all that money up, go buy them some farmland. They went and bought assets that matter. People gonna always need a place to stay. Real estate is real estate because it's real. Something that you can have for generations. Don't matter what comes, what goes, what president, what king, what currency, doesn't matter. Real estate, somebody will always need to have a place to stay. Land, something will always need to be built on it. They don't buy it, they don't make it no more. They don't make it anymore. Okay, so they have to buy it. Okay, Walmart is shaking in their boots because they didn't got the big brunt of it. Walmart, Kroger, Aldi's, all those stores are on high alert. And the first is what, like 8 or 9 days away? 4.2 million. Then for the people on Social Security, the cost of living, that COL increase they give them, they said in 2 days they'll know exactly what that's looking like. They want to remove that. They call that wasteful spending, cost of living adjustment increases. When I tell you America, the great United States of America, that's what I call it. Because y'all control all this stuff. You can flick a button, flick a switch. Boom, inflation will go down. You print money, you can pay your bills. How are you indebted? You print money. You are the bank, Federal Reserve. How is this even possible? They don't expect us to think. And it's a cold game. I'm really, really, really bothered. And I don't care what's going on in my life. When I tell you, I have been under immense warfare for about 2 years now because I refuse to just be a dumb blind sheep. I refuse to shut up. I refuse to stop talking. That's why they shadow ban my stuff. That's why it used to be hundreds of people on my live. Now it's like 10, 15. They shadow ban it. Why? Because I speak the truth. There is nobody who's been following me even for a good year that can't say, dang, that woman said all of that. Everything that they're doing. When I come by, I just be like, look, I said it. And when I said it, I start moving accordingly. It's the reason why God shows us things. He said, you will not be ignorant of Satan's devices. That's why he shows us things. So we can be aware and prepare accordingly. So what you think gonna happen if you take these old people Social Security, these disabled people Social Security, they Medicare, they Medicaid, y'all ripped this off and gave all of our Medicaid and Medicare to people who ain't never even did nothing in this country, but walked across the border. You can't get no Medicaid, no Medicare. Amazon, you about to replace 500,000 jobs with AI. The government between furlough and resignation, 175,000 jobs. What? People can't afford their rent. Inflation is still inflated. People cannot afford their rent, yo. And guess what? The big dogs is coming in here buying up all this property. And then you at their beckon. You're at their mercy. Oh, if your credit ain't no 700, they know ain't nobody credit no 700 right now. If you ain't making three times the amount of rent, how could you make the three times the amount of rent on minimum wage? How? We want first and last month. How can I do that? What about my car payment, my food bill? What about how can I do that? It is intentionally done. I want to speak to the people that are kingdom builders, the people that God has called to say, look, I need you and I need you right now. I don't care if you don't understand my plan. It ain't for you to understand, it's for you to obey it. One thing that this has taught me, let me go ahead and pull this up and I'm gonna tell y'all in just a minute. Y'all know I seen a woman where her stuff, her belongings be put out of her house. It broke me, y'all. I can't even tell y'all how much that broke me. And if you go back and look at, anything that, let me put my music back on. Anything that I have shared, especially when it comes to helping, y'all seen me help the elderly woman who was door dashing for us. We gave her $500. God just told us, I want you to go take out $500 from the ATM and give it to the person that's going to bring the groceries to you. And when she came down and said, hey, the Lord told me, I don't know if you believe, but that ain't my business. I believe. But the Lord told me to give you $500. And she said, oh my God. She said, I wanted to unalive myself today because I don't have money for my bills. Y'all didn't see me come here, and share with y'all some things that I'm allowed to share. Some things, everything is not for me to share. But I didn't help people. So I didn't see this. But this one right here really broke me. I'm not gonna lie. And it broke me because it humbled me. It humbled me because I realized that there are so many people that are just this close, bro. I ain't trying to cry here, but it really, really did something to me. I had to ask God to forgive me, you know what I'm saying, for not just fully focusing and paying attention to that. Like I've been so much in build mode that your people are out here hurting and you bless me so I can bless others. Like you don't bless me so I can go ride off in the sunset and just on my high horse and yeah, look what I got and you don't got. No, you bless me so that me and mine can have stability, but that my neighbor can have stability as well. And to see those children and to see that mother with her stuff on the grass, it was just like the devastation, the hopelessness. You know how you can just tell people is like right at their last, this is it. I'm like, bro. And so I reached out. I'm like, look, we can help you with this. We help with her deposit for her place. We help with her application fee, her admin fee. But the unit would not be ready. It won't be ready until this Saturday. And then I realized like it costs more to be homeless. Them hotel rooms, $150, $160. Motel 6. I would never send anybody to Motel 6, but Motel 6, it hits you for $100 bill. I'm like, wow. Then you gotta eat. You gotta eat 3 times a day. If you got little people, I mean adults, they can compromise. But if you got little people and you can't just go in there and whip up a meal, some hot dogs or something. No, you have to buy out. It's expensive. And so I knew I was just determined to help this young woman. But in that moment of me helping this young woman, I'm like, how many other people out here struggling like this? And Father, you've given me not only the knowledge, the resources, the wherewithal to know how to buy land cheap. Like, I don't even got to buy land at market value. I don't got to buy houses at market value. I showed y'all houses for $2,000, $10,000. Showed y'all houses. How to go get your credit and go use their money to go do that. Get your credit together. Sweep that junk. Okay? Do everything accelerated. Okay? Sweep that thing in 7 days. Sweep that thing in 4 days. And then go get their money from the banks. And then turn around and take that money from the bank. I'm about to show y'all. This is the moves we ought to be making. Why? Because so many people, when I advocated for her, it was 2 other sisters say, you know what? Me and my family and my children is living inside of a hotel, and we don't even know how we gonna pay our hotel bill. If you don't mind sharing what you get for that, sister. Both of these women were being abused physically and left with their life. And just been asking people, like, could you help me? I'm thinking like I'm overwhelmed with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm overwhelmed with that. I'm like, wow, this is overwhelming. Because should nobody have to sleep on those streets? Not in America. Should nobody have to go without no food, y'all? That's facts. All these tariffs you getting, why you can't give us money from the tariffs? But there's rules and regulations. If Donald Trump wanted to do that, he could not, because that would be breaking the law to start spending money where Congress has not voted to spend money. You can't just go in and say, hey, I'm going to spend money and give the American people money anyway. No, 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 no. Everybody got to vote. It's illegal to do that. And then you come and find out that certain politicians paid other politicians to vote no on these bills. Because they like, no, we want more of these people over here so that you don't flip the state all the way red and we never get a chance to be in power. These are games. Y'all playing with people's livelihoods over trying to stay in power. Y'all playing with people's, you know, able to sustain themselves with their finances, with their children. You don't think people gonna snap? You trying to worry about whether you gonna get back in office or keep your position in office, and people can't feed their children. Old people. I showed y'all the majority of people becoming homeless in Florida is elderly people. What? Y'all don't think God is calling us to not just do us, but to do Him? He's given us the resources. He's given us access to resources. He's given us tools to create it fast, rapidly, abundantly. So you can do what it has never been done before for such a time as this. It's not about us. It's a lot of people. Okay. So because this woman and her children, all 3 of them, okay, I've shown receipts. I got receipts of paying for their hotels, sending food. I got video. 3 chicken nuggets, $35. That's just breakfast. You spending about $1.50 in one day. No, I'm not gonna say in one day. Yeah, one day. For maybe breakfast, snack and dinner. Then you turn around and you paying like $1.50 for a room. $100. That's $250 a day. Add that up. Do that times five. Okay. We had $12.50 just 5 days. Do that times seven. It's expensive to be homeless. And it's a lot of people being homeless, y'all. It's a lot of people becoming homeless. It's a lot of people becoming replaced. I wanted to show y'all this so y'all know. 500,000. I've been telling people, you don't let it sneak up on you. Amazon workers replaced by AI. They knew what they were doing. This is all a plan. This is all a plan. Robots could replace 500,000. When I tell you this type of stuff breaks my heart, it does. Y'all use the American people. And there is no black or white fight. There is no Mexican against blacks, against whites, against China. This is not that fight, y'all. We're looking at this. They want us to look at this some other type of way. They want us to be distracted. This is not that type of fight. This is a us versus them. How they done got fatted calves off of our labor, off of our time. People done, families done been broke up. You know what I'm saying? Dysfunctioning came from families just trying to get out there and trying to work, make a living. Their children angry with their parents and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get to spend the proper time. And at the end of it all, y'all used us to replace us. Ain't that something? Y'all not offended by that? Let me know in the chat. You don't feel some type of way? Am I weird for feeling that type of way? Like you used us. Everybody been a slave. If you ain't one of them, everybody been pimped. You use our tax dollars to go do gain of function, you know. 2020 happened. That was from our tax dollars. Government contracts come from our tax dollars. Abortion clinics come from our tax dollars. Congress is paid from our tax dollars. The National Guard is walking down the street cleaning up crime from our tax dollars. AI, our tax dollars gave you the money to build this type of machinery technology. It's our tax dollars. But at the end of the day, this how you do us? That's what y'all do? Family. I say it all the time, but I'm not going to stop saying it because that's what God said. You got to get out of the broken rig system and create your own if you're going to survive. Just think if I could have helped 4.2 million people prepare for when they cut the food stamps off. Just think of you and me, and we came together and we started like a movement. We would be able to, I couldn't help 4.2 million by myself. That takes teamwork. So that's why I come and say, hey, I'm going to get a group of y'all and a group of y'all, and then we can all deploy. You go reach the people, and you go reach the people, and you go reach the people. We can reach more people. This is sad. This is beyond sad. I don't feel sorry for the adults because you have the ability to get up and move something. But the children, bro, I know what it's like to be hungry. I ate out of garbage cans as a child. Couldn't wait for Taco Bell and Burger King and McDonald's to go and throw all of their food in the trash can that was misordered. You know, somebody put tomatoes on. They didn't ask for tomatoes. Somebody put mayonnaise on it, asked for ketchup. They put that stuff in the trash can. We would go and get all the Whoppers and all them hamburgers till they began to lock the trash cans. Like they threw it away, but they didn't want us to eat it. That's how we ate from the garbage can. I know what that's like. As a child, as a child, I didn't watch my mama go in and fill up a grocery basket full of stuff for the holidays because she didn't have no money and no food stamps neither, and walk out. That's terrible. So you take away the means to feed, you take away the means to make a living, you were just replaced. I didn't even include the 90,000 women that's just been let off from the workforce. Things are not going to get better. They're going to get worse. And you, beloveds, it's on you to prepare. You can't be like one of those foolish versions. Oh, I'm just waiting on God. He's going to. Man, look, he gives you the ability. Okay? We can't just put that off on God like that. God gave you hands, but He don't put them up to your mouth to feed you. You got to do that. He wakes you up every morning, but He don't get you out of bed. You got to do that. He allowed mankind to create clothes to clothe your body, but you got to dress yourself. God created and gave you teeth, but you got to brush them. He not no magician. And all of this stuff that's happening was written in the Bible. Why? For preparation. So you can prepare. He said, pray you may escape all that is coming up on the face of the earth. Why would we need to pray that we escape? Because what's coming ain't never came before and ain't gonna never come again. There's some stuff. So pray you may escape. That don't mean pray you may be raptured. He didn't say that. Pray you may be caught up. Pray you may just go and be with your Father. Pray that you may escape means pray that you are prepared, that it does not affect you. Meaning, if there's a famine and God told you 6 months before the famine came to plant this type of seed in this type of soil, when the famine came, you be harvesting. So it wouldn't affect you. Okay? If there was a drought coming, He would tell you, go buy a water reservoir. Well, I don't want to spend my retirement on no water, but I know what you don't know. Go buy a water reservoir. A place that collects rainwater. You study arguing, well, that costs too much. Well, I don't know why. He's trying to save your life. Not only is He trying to save your life, He's trying to put you in a position to prosper during the drought. Because if you own the water reservoir, you have power. People's coming to you to buy water. This is not just about preparation, okay? It's about positioning. And really, God is trying to give us the opportunity. AI is new. You ought to learn it. Why? Because when people be replaced by it, you be the one working it so it doesn't replace you. That's why you need to learn it. I don't care if you hate it. There will be no jobs. All you got to do is go look on Google. It says the top 20 jobs that will only be, it'll be like engineers. Okay? It'll be like engineers. It'll be like certain surgeons. I went over the list with y'all. Well, no jobs that we do every day that we've been, known for doing. AI can do your job. Why would they pay somebody $15, $20 an hour when they can pay $20 for a month to use ChatGPT? When they can pay $9 to use Sora? When they can pay $10 to use Canva? Why would they ever pay somebody $6, $7, $8, $9, $1,200 every 2 weeks when they can pay $20 a month for a subscription. This is why they're replacing people. And the people that know how to work it are getting big payouts. Go look it up. AI researcher making $250 million a year. What? Yet the president don't make 250 million a year. Y'all better go look it up. President's salary is like 150,000 a year, minimum middle class wage. President don't make nothing but 150,000. Here you got AI researchers making $250 million a year. Amazon plans to replace 500,000 people with robots October 22nd. Hello, somebody. It just dropped this like a hot atomic bomb. Literally. Amazon Inc. hired over 200,000 part time workers to help with holiday sales. That is good news for the overall economy, but it also indicates that people plan to spend briskly over the holidays. That in turn will help Amazon e commerce top line. However, those people may not get jobs next year, and many full time employees may find themselves out of work as well. Robots is another word for AI based automation that can replace most of the people who work in massive warehouses. These are central to Amazon's ability to deliver items to customer in 1 or 2 days. By most estimates, Amazon has 350 warehouses worldwide and another 1,200 logistics facilities. They want to plan to automate all of this stuff. What federal workers just quit? How do we know what federal workers? They just said 100,000. Historical, historical. 100,000, 100,000 federal workers resign. What departments is they coming from? Over 100,000 federal workers resigned in late September 2025 due to a Trump administration program called the Deferred Resignation Program. This was part of a larger plan to significantly reduce the federal workforce, which also included buyouts and potential firings. The mass departure, described as the largest in U.S. history, has sparked concerns from unions about a potential brain drain and the impact on public services. So, what he gave them was he told them, y'all can resign and we'll pay you out for the next this many months. Why y'all think they're getting rid of all these people? Talk back to me. That's why I need y'all to pay attention. And I really need y'all to do something for you fast. This is not about them. Don't take all your revenue and go pay bills. You're making them really, really, really rich. Take some for you and go invest it. That's the only way you're going to make it. It's the only way you're going to make it. Okay? 75,000 federal workers furloughed. So we just got over 100,000. Baby, I said 75,000. It said approximately 750,000 federal workers are expected to be furloughed daily due to the ongoing government shutdown, with hundreds of thousands more working without pay. The shutdown was triggered by a failure to pass a short term funding bill in the Senate. 750,000. Listen, now the government furloughed 750,000 federal workers are not getting paid. Meanwhile, Amazon over here then replaced 500,000 workers with robots. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? That's that's like 1/4 away from 1 million on furlough, 100,000 on resignation. You got immigration out here taking up all the people who really be out here grinding. I hope y'all see this with Stevie Wonder eyes. I really do. I hope y'all see what's happening. 4.2 million, that's a lot of people. It said 4.5 million black people will be replaced by AI by the year 2030. So I wonder how many altogether. If 4.5 million black folks will be replaced by AI within 4 short years, I wonder what the total number is. Because you got 750,000 federal workers working without no pay. They can't pay their rent. When you can't pay your rent out here, they filing evictions. You ain't got no money to go move in nowhere else and your credit is shot out. Then what? You end up on the streets, homeless. This is a catastrophe. Don't let it happen to you, beloveds. I would be evil and wicked to just have the information I have, do what I'm doing, and just leave all my neighbors in the dust. How I think I'm finna go rule and reign with God? How I think that I'm finna go rule and reign with God and I forsook his whole entire assignment, which was love thy neighbor as thyself. If I don't love you, if I don't love you, I don't love me. Simple. If I'm not letting them come for me, I'm here to tell you not let them come for you. I'm putting my life on the line to tell the truth because they don't like truth tellers. Everything that I have said and been saying, you can see it literally come to pass. Zero lies told. You can't tell me one lie. God told me to tell y'all. You can't tell me one. You can't tell me one lie that God lied about. Everything. Literally, before it happened, God gave us insight. Why? Because we were supposed to be preparing. That's why he give warning. Warning comes before destruction. Warning comes before destruction. Warning comes before destruction. Before destruction comes, warning comes. And here we are. I definitely need that link. My job now secure, working paycheck to paycheck. It's stressful. I got you covered, beloved. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. If you go to my bio, that's where it's at. Okay. If you go to my bio, I believe I put it up in there. If you go to my bio, that link is there. You can go there. If you want to use any other payment platforms or whatever the case may be, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, I have that information too. But if you want to go to the link, I believe the link is in my bio for sure because I believe I put it up there about maybe a week and a half ago, somewhere like that. Let me know if you go see it. But people, I've said this, I'm going to say this again. You need to get your credit together. They didn't already told you the dollar is de-dollarized. I didn't showed you, and they didn't already told you that they have a new financial system that Donald Trump himself instituted. Already told y'all that. We've already walked through that. Now, since success leaves clues, and this man out here making his own financial system, and other people are doing the likes by putting this Bitcoin and stablecoin, that is them starting their own ecosystem. If they doing that and success leaves clues, why are we not? I'm not relying upon no job. to make sure me and my family, this is going to be so catastrophic, y'all. This is going to be so catastrophic. It grieves me. And this ain't to put no fear. If you afraid, it's because you delayed. I'm going to just be honest with you. Are you disobedient? You have not done what God told you to do. You're still trying to figure it out. You're still trying to make it make sense in your mind. God is really trying to position you before it's too late. We should be buying land in foreign countries. We should be buying land. We should be diversifying. Okay, gonna have be PayPal. Okay, so what I will do is I will send you the information. Do you follow me on YouTube or Facebook? Because if you do, I have the PayPal information up on the screen over there. Matter of fact, let me see if you can see it this way. Might not can't, but if you can take a screenshot of that. That's the information. I'll hold it back right there in case you need to screenshot or write something down. But you guys, family, my family that I've been warning outside of telling y'all, my family that I have been warning are freaking out. Yes, on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. If you click on over there, I got the information up on the screen for you, beautiful. Get your credit fixed. You want to know why? Because if you lose whatever, job, house, apartment, whatever, car, you can leverage that credit at any time. I don't care what kind of currency they transfer or change. They're not fooling with that credit. Okay? Credit brings them capital. And this corporation called the United States of America uses capital, foreign capital, domestic capital. Okay? So if you don't have anything, have you some credit. That's what you can have. And a lot of the opportunities that I offer to you do not just put you in a better position to get your credit fixed, but now it becomes a resource that you can make money from, helping other people do what you did. That is the smartest investment. If I got to put money into it, I can get money out of it. It's not a smart investment. Whatever I put my seed into, I need to see a harvest come back. I don't need to wear it. That's not a harvest. That's a feel good. I don't need to eat it. That's not a harvest. That's a taste good. I needed to come back multiplied and keep on multiplying. Like when you plant an orange seed, you get an orange, which gives you more seeds to plant to get more oranges. And then you take those seeds and you multiply, and now you have an orange tree that will produce you fruit every year without having to do anything. That is investment. We ought to be diversifying our investments. The Bible itself in Ecclesiastes 11:1 tells us what to do if we would read our word and stand on it. Don't read it to be deep, read it to be obedient. It says you do not know what disaster will come up on the land. So first of all, you need 7 streams of income. That way, when one down, you got 6 more. When 2 is down, you got 5 more. When 4 is down, you got 3 more. You will never not have one. That is why it's important to have multiple streams of income. That comes from the Bible, Ecclesiastes 11:2. Right after it says, sow your seed across the waters. Diversify your income. If you got to get the hell up out of America, you should have somewhere to go. That's called wise man, wise woman. That's what being an adult, not just a spiritual adult, an adult is all about being. I need to prepare something for my generations that will be to come. I gotta leave something. If I don't, when I stand before God, I'm in trouble. I wasted my life. Food stamping, that's what I call them from California, the West Coast. Food stamping. Why? Because food stamps is fake. It's paper. So we call it food stamp. You've been living a fake, artificial food stampy life. What did you do here for all the time you've been here? Besides do you work, trade your time. What did you get in return? A paycheck? What? That was it. I put you here to be great and to do great things. And right now is the time that he's calling upon us. I can't even be mad at God. I'm very sad. I'm very sorrowful that these things are happening. But I can't be mad at God because I say, you are fair and you are just. You have given us a lot of time. You've been telling us about this credit thing for a long time. Because that was a way to play the game that they play. If I go sweep my credit, and all it takes is 7 days, and I ain't got to deal with the demonic credit system that was created to put me in debt and to keep me down without being able to have wealth, without being able to have resources. It was a system created to keep me down. All it reports is negativity. It goes out and scans, post office and all these other small bureaus for negative information about me. So it can report and sell to people looking to see how I know how to handle finances. But now we can beat you at your own game. We can go use the law against you and have that stuff removed. And then guess what? All the banks that deny me are coming back to get funded. I don't care if you just fix my TransUnion report. Fix that. Because I can go to a whole bunch of credit unions and go get me $50,000 from each. If I go to 3, in one day I got $150,000 in funding. Okay? I got one hard inquiry because they give me 7 days to shop around. I was about to say something. Thank you, Holy Spirit. See, I can't give y'all the plays on here like that openly. Because y'all know they say the game is to be sold, not told. I'm just a truth teller. Sometimes I gotta say things in mentorships. I gotta say things in private settings that I cannot say openly. I got a lot of stuff I can give you, but there's no way in the world that I am going to jeopardize or put something at a greater risk by just trying to come out here and be loose lips, sink ships. Nah. I have to move and use wisdom when moving. But there's plays that you can play. And then run that play and clean that thing up and then go turn around the following week and go find 3 more banks that only pull from TransUnion. You can have you $300,000 in 30 days or less, just in case you didn't know. And that is not cap. You need to know how to do it. I done showed y'all $220,000 for one client on American Express. I showed y'all that. I showed y'all $300,000 in funding on another client. I showed y'all that. That is nothing. You get $1 million in funding. You play that game, right? If analytics is still on here, she'll tell you, sister, do I know how to get you $1 million or not? Am I not showing y'all how to get y'all $1 million in funding? That's why when I told y'all and gave y'all the opportunity to get rich with Dr. T by the end of the year, I wasn't playing. I'm going to show you where the money at and then how to go get the money. Okay? First thing I want to tell y'all is get your credit fixed. Why? Because right now, while you still got a little time, you can go and run these plays I'm talking about. I literally try to just hand it to y'all. Say, look, get the credit suite and the $200K funding play. You can go get you $200,000 and have that within a couple of weeks. And then let me show you where you can go buy. Let me show y'all real quick. I don't mind showing y'all. Let me see if this tab is still up here, man. Where we at? Y'all don't be believing me. But let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all how you can go buy you some. You can go buy you some stuff using their money. They don't ever use their money to start businesses. You shouldn't be using your money neither. They don't use their money to create generational wealth, and you shouldn't be using yours either. I know exactly what they do. I got their whole listen. I got their whole sauce. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all how you can go buy. It will be wiser for you to do something like this. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn the screen around in just a moment, and then we're gonna make sure I got my Google tab up. Okay, cool, cool, cool. See, you know how to play the game. You can play it to win the game. Why would you go out and buy you a 200, 500, $700,000 house and owe these people for the rest of your life? That's called stupid tax. That's dumb. Because really, what you can do is do what I'm about to show you. Okay? Come up over here. I want y'all to just look right here. Okay? I want y'all to just look right here. Okay? See how it says, this is what I want you to focus on right here, where it says $8,080. Okay? I want y'all to see me highlight, copy. I want y'all to look over here to the back to the right, over here where I'm highlighting. As you can see, 8,000 for that, 5,000 for that, 5,000 for this. Okay, because I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me stop the share over there now, and then we're gonna go somewhere else, and we're gonna go see what kind of house we can get for $8,000. I don't care if I wanted to stay in it or not. I got a place where I can get people off the street and get me passive income, helping get people off the street. You ain't got to go to the bank. You can come to me. I'm the bank. How about that? I'm the bank. Hold on one second. Now we're going to just paste that address. Okay. We're going to just paste that address, and we're going to go see what this house looking like that I can buy for $8,000. Let's go see. You clearly see it here. Say it's off market because it's on a delinquent tax lien. They lost the house for taxes. See that right there? Say off market right here. This house you can own and rent it out, or have your own family house where you ain't got to pay rent no more. See, this is how you escape. If we know y'all gonna crash the housing market and make a bunch of people homeless, I'm gonna prepare ahead of time. I'm gonna own my own stuff. 8,000 for this house. Now, let us go on back. Pay 8,000 and you got a house like this, right? Now let me go back and see how much this house is valued at. If I'm gonna pay 8,000, okay, you see that right there? This house is valued at 229,000. So you get in the game with a 100x return on your investment. 8,000 you invested, 229,000 you can pull out. Hello, somebody. I'm gonna show you a couple more examples. Told y'all, we don't buy stuff at market value at all. Mm-mm. What for? I know the same game. I had to pay to learn the game, but I know the game. Let me come over here and get another one. See what this one looks like. This was another one for 8,000. You come back over here. Paste this one. Oops. Go back to. Okay, might be in a place that you don't want to live. And that's okay. You can rent this thing out. That's for sure. See it say off market. Okay. You might don't want to live there. That's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath. But you can go own this property for $8,000. And then we can go see what is it valued at. It's ugly, but it's valued at $261,000. Hello, somebody. This is what we ought to be doing. Why? Because when you own real estate, you own power. Cash don't give you power, assets do. Cash don't give you power, assets do. We've been taught so wrong. You can go buy land for dirt cheap. I don't care if you just let it sit there. Let it sit there. If you let it just sit there, still appreciates. People start building stuff around it, appreciates more. You go put a mobile home on it, appreciates much more. You go build some construction, some infrastructure on it, appreciates a lot more. Okay? Let me show y'all. You don't mind me showing y'all, right? Hold on, let me see if I got this thing pulled up. Where we at? I'm about to go. I ain't gonna hold you too long. I told y'all I wasn't gonna hold y'all long. But this is the reason. If you have your own dirt, you would never have to worry about if your food stamps or if it's gonna be safe to go inside of a store. Because you're gonna have lunatics up in there going off. If you gonna have any food. If they go and steal it all, what you gonna eat? Now if it gotta be restricted, where you gotta go in gathered up and bunched all up, then what? Well, then what you gonna do? This is the stuff that really, really matters. We're not thinking about it like that. We're not thinking about the consequences. Where's this thing at, Lord? Where is it at? Hold on, let me find it. I got a million tabs up here, but I want y'all to see. Because seeing is believing. I didn't share this with y'all over and over and over again, to be honest with you, that I shouldn't have to share it. Okay? But it's real. I want y'all to see. I want you to understand. Where is this at? Oh, here we go. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we gonna go here. Do I need to close this out? All right, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Okay? Let me show y'all something. This is what we do in land banking. That's why it's important. You learn land banking and go buy you some land. Guess who ain't gonna be hungry? You and your family. Because when you control the dirt and you control the water, you have power. Okay? We're gonna look at this one right here. Starting bid $511. I want y'all to pay attention to that. You can go buy you some property, land, houses, whatever. $511. You just got to know how to bid, okay? Now, tells you to go ahead and bid. What I'm looking for, I want to know how much is this property valued at. You can look at the tax history, no tax history found, okay? Property detail, ain't nobody bidded on it, okay? It tells you what lot it is, yada, yada, yada. I want to see how much this bad boy is valued at. If I'm going to pay $511, it got to make sense. I got to see my money come back. Okay? So let me stop the share over here so y'all can see how much this property for $511 is already valued at. Y'all see that? $6,250, which means I can buy this for $511 and turn around and sell it tomorrow for $6,250. If I want to keep it, I can do that. That's just the land only. The land only is valued at $6,250. If I wanted to go add something to the building or the structure of the land, now it goes up even more. So if I go build me a house on my land for $150,000, then the value of my land with the building on it increases by 100x. Okay? I'm only going to pay $63 on my land instead of property tax and all these other taxes that come with buying a home. No, no. And then I'm going to get around that because if this is in a rural area, they have a loan for you to build affordable homes to help people out. They'll give it to you tax free. See, that's the only type of money I like, tax free. Can't be mad at the billionaires and the millionaires. They know what to do. They got the game. Can't be mad at them. You need to learn a game. You need to learn a game. So now I can become my own bank just by land. You want to know how? Because when the essays can't go get, or the migrants, should I say that on here, Lord? Um, I'll say it this way. For people who don't got proper documentation to go get a traditional loan and get denied by the banks, they can come to me. No credit check, no paperwork, sign a contract, put a deposit down. It's called seller financing. Okay. I bought it for 511. It's valued at 6,000. You can purchase it from me for 10,000 with 1,500 down, 2,500 down, and monthly payments of $500 a month till it's paid off. If you forfeit on the land, meaning you don't make all of your payments, you forfeit your down payment and you forfeit your monthly payments that you have made after 90 days. This is how you become the bank. Not only do the migrants, but regular everyday families who don't have good credit and they want to own their own home. Now you're in a position to offer people an opportunity to have a piece of their own, whatever, American pie or their dream or whatever it is that they want to obtain. You are in a position to make that possible for somebody. You understand? It's not just about, oh, well, if I take this from right now, I won't have enough. God is trying to set you up, not take nothing from you. Just imagine if you go cop 5 or 6 of these, and they already valued at 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. You just go let the equity build up or take you out a little equity on that if that's what you wanted to do. You just let it appreciate. You can sell or finance. Hey, put your billboards. Mine's is right close to a street, a road, a highway. Put your billboards. I advertise your business. 60-second spot. I get a digital billboard. That way I can put about 50 slots a day at 60 seconds. Then have them rotate. And now I'm charging you 5 to 6,000 for a whole month of advertisement. 60-second slot. So many things you can do with land. Hey, your horses and stuff, your barn got burnt down, cool. I got a place you can come raise your cattle on my land. Oh, y'all want to do solar panel? It's so many different things you can do with land. This is why I'm telling y'all this stuff, okay? I'm about to get out here. Here's the opportunities I got for y'all to get yourself in a better position. If you become the bank, you ain't gonna need one. Take what you have and invest it in you. How has this 40-40-40 scam been working for you and the people that come before you? How has it worked for you? Is it working? Is it working or is it working? Is this 40 hours a week, okay, for 40 years to retire on 40%? You don't even know if that's going to be a thing because America is so in debt that it has to create a new financial system. How is that working for you? It's working you. It's working you out. Stressing you out. Can't afford anything, everything. You got to turn down a whole bunch of things you can go do. It's working. Okay? Family. Playtime over. It's the big leagues. It's time to get in the game. Not just for you. This is not about you. Who cares about how you feel? It's about for those that God has entrusted in your care, whether that be your children, your grandchildren, your parents. It does not matter. Whoever God has entrusted into your care, it's time to get busy. First thing up I have available is the credit suite. They have a TransUnion breach where you can have, it's a data breach, it's brand new. People are charging folks $1,100. Why? Because they are cleaning your entire report of any derogatory, erroneous, obsolete, or negative, frivolous accounts. And since y'all exposed all of our information on the dark web, we're going to make you pay by making you delete. Our identity is out there. We don't know who got a hold of it. No, I'm filing data trafficking and I'm filing a claim legally through consumer law to have it removed. Boom. Now I got mine removed. I can go do my mama's. I can go do my kids. I can go do my husband's. I can go do my grandchildren that are of age. Everybody 18 and above with a social can get this good old sweet. Why? Because now all of us can go in on a legal heist. You get 50, 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 and let's go build our own compound. Let's go use some business funding that takes about 30 to 45 days to build to go get the 100,000 credit limit from Home Depot. Go get the 20,000, 25,000 from Sam Club that cover your food. Home Depot cover your building, your toiletry, your lumber. Go get you 75,000 from Lowe's. Go get you 15,000 from Sunbelt. Listen, it's cheaper for you to do it. And they actually have loans to have your house built in 30 days. But see, y'all would never know that because you playing chicken, chicken, bok, bok. You ain't in the circles where the information is given to you. So you know how to make moves. Go get your credit fixed. I will give you the credit sweep and I will give you the 200K funding play for $97. Okay? That's missing a meal out to Spaghetti Factory or Chipotle or with some other restaurants, whatever other restaurant, Olive Garden. No, that's just saying I'm not going to be able to eat you, but I'm going to invest into something that's going to make me money back. And then I'll circle back and eat you and have more money to eat you or more money to go out and do these things that I want because it's not stressing out my one stream of income. I'm actually making the money so I can go treat myself instead of taking the money to go treat myself. Anybody want that? Put a one in the chat. It is the credit sweep. I'm going to give you the credit sweep, the data breach, hack, and I'm going to give you the $200,000 funding plan for $97. Moving right on along, okay? I ain't got a whole lot of time. Y'all can't say I didn't come by here to help you. Can't say that. I can show you real receipts right now. Somebody used this. Just was it today or yesterday? Said, look at all these accounts I got deleted. They have to, okay? So just for your information, whether you are live or on the replay, I'm not gonna pressure y'all about it. Y'all gonna FAFO in a minute. People gonna see. November the 1st is right around the corner. Shame on those people if they didn't listen, if somebody came their way to help them and they did not listen. Okay? Secondly, become your own bank. You want to learn how to become your own bank? Do you want to know how to go get the money rapidly? Do you want to know where to put the money at so it can grow and you can borrow from that money? Then you can take that money that you have borrowed from, okay, and go either buy you a income producing asset, some real estate, or whatever the case may be, however you want to do it. You can become your own bank, and you ought to be becoming your own bank. Should nobody be able to control whether you get to eat, make money, starve. Should nobody do that. If they do that, they got too much control over you and your children and family's life. Simple as that. Okay? It's a be your own bank workshop. I'm gonna be showing you multiple ways. I'm gonna tell you where to take the money that I'm going to be giving out live. I'm going to be giving you access to money live during the funding frenzy. It is a 3-day boot camp. Okay? It's a 3-day boot camp. It will be an hour to an hour and a half every single day. If you cannot attend live, you get access to the replay. So you still got the replay for a lifetime. You can still go run the plays. You can still go get the funding information. Who will give you funding with a 420? Where you can go and get approved for 30, 40,000 on the spot. I shared with y'all the last time I came by here how I gave this same information, and a person went, ran the play, and got approved for 95,000. I showed y'all that. 95,000, 75,000, and 60,000 they could have took. I showed you also how you can take their money and pay them back. Ain't no money coming out of our pockets. No, ma'am, no, sir. And then you can take that money and go buy you some properties. 8,000 for that, 8,000, and you still got a bag left over. You still got a bag. Now you diversified and got multiple streams of income. It is $297 to attend that 3-day workshop. It's a boot camp. I call it workshop because we're gonna be working. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. It's not gonna be you come and just get some information. No, we're gonna do it together. We're gonna make sure that it's done. We're gonna make sure that it's up. And we're gonna make sure that we're ready to rock and roll. Okay? This is what this boot camp is about. I don't do workshops anymore. But I feel compelled by God, so I know that there's people that should be in this workshop. Okay? To do this workshop for my people, for my cousins, so that you are in a better position to learn how you and all your children can get insurance policies and just live off that. Same way Candy Burris, same way Waka Flocka fame, same way Young Jesus, same way a lot of other people. You set yourself up the right way, every year you be able to borrow. Candy Burris is able to borrow every year from her IUL, her insurance policy, $270,000 every year for the rest of her life. Because the way she set it up, what she put in there. I'm gonna show you all of that. I'm gonna show you all of that. I'm gonna show you a lot of stuff. I'm gonna give you access to funding. So now you have funding that you can take and go buy you an income producing business, and then you buy that income producing business. You take that to the SBA. SBA is giving out, and don't think the SBA shut down. They not. They still out here giving a lot of money. Okay, still out here giving a lot of money. So if you want that, put a two in the chat. Okay, put a two in the chat. It's $297. We will be getting started in about 4 days. Okay, it lasts 3 days, but I promise you, for the ones who attended just the free workshop, they'll tell you pour it on thick. Okay, pour it on thick, like Miss Butterworth served. You're going to know exactly what to do. The boot camp is a product of the workshop. So if you missed the workshop, you just missed out. Now we have the boot camp. I'm going to definitely show you how to literally start generating you $10,000 a month while you sleep, how to take that money and invest it into assets, the right ones, connect you with, give you the connection to the people that'll get you all the way together. Let you get approved, fully funded right on the live, and say, hey, this is what I would do. Because now you know what to do with the money to make it grow. Put a two in the chat if you want that. Keep it moving. If you want to get in on building you a international business that works for you when you're not there. If nothing that the Most High God has told me, He told me this. This is heavily in my spirit. I do not know what He's doing with America, but when He says it's time to go, that's all I know. Okay? And if He don't, and they want to trip over here with their currency, I still got some coming from Africa. How about that? Y'all want to get over here and get scandalous and all anti-beastish and demonic? You feel me? Out. I don't even need dual citizenship. Thank you. Peace out. but I gotta have a place to go. I gotta know where I'm going. I gotta have something set up. Now's the time to do that. Okay? You can literally turn zero into passively $2,000 every single month just on Airbnb. So many different ways to play this thing on a cafe. There's a lot of my brothers and sisters over in the African continent that don't know nothing about AI. They are desperate. Why? Because people are becoming millionaires, even in their country, from AI. Straight up. Okay. So I have the boot camp, 297. I have the mentorship. Y'all should have caught this when I asked y'all to jump in on it for Lololo. But if you want to get in on that mentorship, it is $997 just for the mentorship. I will show you. We will have this thing up and running 30 to 45 days. You will have you an international something. Airbnb, cafe, health and wellness. You can do trade, skill, online school for AI, whatever you want to do. Okay, you can have a business up and running. Senegal is really like popping, popping, popping. But anywhere, you can also build one an automated international business in Bali. Lots of people are relocating there. Thailand, lots of people are relocating there. But Africa, there are incentives for Afro Americans to build businesses there. And they have funding, which I'm a government contractor, that would allow me to use American funding to go over there and build big, beautiful homes like they have here, there, schools. I come in with that type of mentality. Hey, I'm gonna revitalize this neighborhood. Okay, I'm gonna put some what they call those at the universities. Those are like electric bikes. This is how they're going to be getting around. Okay, they can, and then they have a dormitory right here. They have a college right here. It's a blueprint. It's $997 to be a part of that mentorship. Everything else that I have going up. I do have the coloring book workshop. Okay, that is $97. I can show you how to make six figures from a side hustle. If you don't think coloring books is in demand, babe, think again. So check Amazon and go check TikTok. And you can do these coloring books in all different niches. They don't have to be for children only. They can be adults, relationship, business. My daughter has one for her braid designs. And then at the end of the coloring book, like book with Crown by Treva. If you would like to take advantage of anyone, it's very therapeutic. So a lot of people dealing with anxiety and stress, they color. A lot of people with ADHD, they color. It helps them focus. So this is a very big popular niche. You can make six figures. You create the book, the coloring book, one time and get paid forever. That's the right type of investments we ought to be investing in. Okay, if you want that, for the international automated business, felt like I had to sneeze. Put a 3 in chat for the coloring book workshop. Put a 4 in the chat. I'm gonna show you on this workshop how to use AI to create the pages, the cover, and the back cover. And all you gotta do is go right on over to Amazon KDP. You ain't gotta pay no monies, to advertise, because it's free traffic source. And since y'all over here laying off 500,000, I might as well get a piece of the pie before your robots take over. Let me get something up on your website so y'all can pedal and push. I'm not gonna be the recipient, not this time. Not gonna be the recipient, beloveds. Uh-uh. I'm gonna have something for you to buy. When you got to shop digital, buy from me. I took the time to create it. Okay. So that is for the coloring book workshop. Land bankers. You want to learn how to buy you some land for dirt cheap. How to play this land bank game. Live tax free. How to do Wholesale flip is the easiest, most lucrative investment. There's no toilets, there's no tenants, there's none of that. You get this land, and you don't just have to lease it to, you know, regular people. There's people that come and say, I want to do seller finance because it makes no sense to buy this piece of land for you from you for like 10 buy this piece of land from you for like 10, 15,000. Excuse me. I knew it was coming. Buy this land for you for like 10 or 15,000 when all I really needed for it is 6 months. So we would do the seller finance. We would put $1,000 deposit down. We would make 250 monthly payment for 6 months, right? And after 6 months, we really don't care that we forfeited. You have the title because you didn't give it to us because all of the payments haven't been paid. We got the usage out of it because we needed it for 6 months. And it's a win-win situation. Okay? It's a win-win situation. All you literally have to do at this point in time is sign up to learn the game. Okay? I got so much resources for you to even get funding to buy the land. You don't use their money. It's no tenants, no contracts, no credit checks. Okay? You ain't got to use your money. You can use their money. Land bankers. Because that's the way the Lord told me to go. He said, when I gave my people wealth, I gave them land, I gave them gold, I gave them silver. What Caesar's render unto Caesar. Who face do you see on that money? Okay. What Caesar's render unto Caesar's, and what's mine render unto me. In Psalms, it say the gold and the silver is the Lord. It belongs to God. So I just want what he got. Okay. Sustain me, Lord. Sustain me through the land. That's why they ain't gave us 40 acres and a mule, because they know that's real wealth. Now, we don't want y'all to have real wealth. We want you to have wages. So that's why we won't give it to you. But let me tell you something. I got land that you can buy 200 acres of land for the low low. 60, 40 acres of land. And you got to know what to do with the land. If you own land, you'll never ever be impoverished. You'll never ever be broke. You never ever be hungry. You never ever not have a place to stay. It's the best investment on planet Earth. You can get into the land bankers mentorship, $997. $997. You can get into the land bankers mentorship. And literally, I changed the price to 5K. But because when they move scandalous like this, then I have no other choice. We do have a done for you, okay, situation for the land banking because there are some customers. Any of these, do I send money to you about the things that I want to order directly? Yes, and just make sure you include your email. So if you want to use PayPal or send it to, Cash App or whichever one, just make sure you include your email. I'll get you everything you want. Okay, everything you signed up for. Um, if you want to get rich with Dr. T, you're not too far behind. I want to show you how to use entities to go secure you 250,000 here, there, and there. Okay, we hit them 4 ways, and that's what I'm gonna say. And once we hit them 4 ways, yes, ma'am, through PayPal is fine. Once we hit them 4 ways, then we go take that money, we go invest it into a IUL, a private reserve account. Most people don't know about that. They're used to banks, but a private reserve account is your own bank. You're the banker, okay? It grows your money. You borrow against that money within 30 days. Then you go buy your apartment complex, go buy you a duplex, go buy you whatever it is that you want. But my guarantee for you is if you don't have 250,000 by January 1st, they'll give you your investment back in full. So there's a win-win situation. If you follow the instructions and you do everything that we're doing together, and you don't get $250,000 in funding, then you get your money back. Plus, you get to learn something that you didn't know that you can do and keep in your bloodline, your generations forever. Have it passed down like a family heirloom because now you got information. But when I give you a guarantee I'm certain, I know for sure. Okay, I know for sure. So to to be a part of that, I only took 12. The credit clearing is how much again? So I can remember. I know you said the color book 97, 97, both 97. Um, if you get in, normally I told everybody this is how much you're gonna pay me. But for two, I might like three max, 2 to 3 to get in at 1K. So you can get in and build something for your family, build something for the people that you are assigned to, whether that's a spiritual family, a regular physical family, doesn't matter. I want you to be able to know how to do the play so that you can go back and do it with others. Okay? I have that available for $997,000. 2 to 3 people. I put a cap on it, a limit on it, but really in this time, God needs us. And He needs us making these type of moves so He can not only bless others, but He really want to bless us. Okay? And He want to put us in a position. It's not just about prosperity. It's about positioning. It's what happened with Joseph. Joseph was positioned to rule because he obeyed God when God told him to buy up all the wheat and store it up. Hello, somebody. Last but never least, I'm not gonna say a mentor because I don't need a mentor to be mentored. I'm not gonna say a mentee, but this is a mentorship. Okay, there's two people, and there's a lot of things that go on with me where I have to take time to do this, do that, and it just slows down the movement. And so the Most High told me to pick two people to take them under my wing and show them everything He has given to me and shown me. For one, so that He can do through them what He wants to do through them, but He can do for them what He wants to do for them. To give you access to every system I have, to give you access to every library I have. I'm talking about some of the heaviest people ever known, some of the greatest people, some of the richest people that are walking and talking and doing all of these things. Thriving right now, from Greg Cardone to Eric Thomas. Can't make too many names because, truthfully, they want people to come in individually and purchase, and that's fine. But under this mentorship, you get access to everything, not just, digital, physical, but spiritual as well. Everything that I know, you will know, from Airbnbs to government contracts, how to start your business behind the scene, how to get somebody to do it for you, whole 9 yard virtual assistant. It's a lot. It's too numerous to name, to be honest with you. But this is a one-on-one. It's not a one to many or one to few. It's a one-on-one, just me and you, like Tony Tone said, where I will begin to not only build it with you, but launch it with you, scale it with you. If I show you how to build out a 7-figure event, then I'm going to launch the event with you so that you are comfortable. Not just say, hey, you out there to the wolves. No, we got how to get into the government contracting for medical staffing, transitional homes. It is so much money in the medical space when it comes to the government and homes. So much. I mean, I'm sure y'all know the federal government is shut down, but the state ain't. And that's where a lot of that money then went to. So teaching you those things. Okay. This mentorship is the millionaires mentorship, because mentorship would just be giving you information. Mentorship gives you power. Okay. It gives you power. And just as Elijah had to receive Elisha's mantle, is similar. What God has mantled me with, He will mantle you. And there is an investment. It's an investment for my time, it's an investment for access, it's an investment for exposure. Okay? It is a 5K investment, but guaranteed, I'm going to show you how to go get that right back instantly. Instantly. But if you can't put up 5K as an investment to get access to millions, I've done a million 3 times. So I'm going to show you how to do that. What that looks like. I'm going to help you accomplish that so that you know how to do it for others. And then once you do know how to do it for others, you can go back and do it for others as well. Okay? It is a mentorship, 100%. I don't know why the camera is so low. Probably because I'm so short. But it is 5K as an investment. I'm not going to give you access to millions of dollars and you're not ready to invest 5K in yourself. Why would God ever trust you with 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 if you're struggling? There's always and will always be an exchange. Would you rather give up your less for more, or would you pass by your more to obtain less? It's always an exchange, okay? So I have one spot left. He only said two, okay? And there's only one spot left. If you know you've been called to do exactly, there are people that are drawn to me say, I want to do exactly what you're doing. I know that I've been called to do it. I'm just too scared to do it. I don't know what to do. I have no guidance. I have no direction. Then I'm talking to you. And even more so, I'm talking to you because you have it in your means to invest into yourself. Okay. Your breakthrough, your miracle, whatever it is that you're believing, God, your increase, your abundance is right on the other side of obedience. Straight up. And He don't call you to a place where He has not called you. He does not call you to a place. He does not call you to a person unless He first calls you spiritually. I love y'all, okay? If you are interested in that, then I'm going to advise you to email me, because not everybody qualifies. You have some devils that'll be like, yeah, let me get in on that. And we are told not to cast our pearls among swine. So you have to email me, okay? And then we would go from there. But you not emailing me on no dumb stuff. I'm literally explaining to you here what it is now. So you know exactly what it is now. So one-on-one. And it is a mentorship. It is a transference, not information. And the Father said, do it. For one, I'm overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. Okay. If I need to take a vacation, if I got other things going on, God's movement still moves. That's what it's all about. Okay. Lastly, before I go, I do want to ask y'all while I got y'all time. I did share with y'all the young lady that had her belongings put out on the streets, that there was about maybe 10, 11 of us collectively came together and was able to house her in a hotel from last Saturday up until, excuse me, up until presently, because we had family matters to go handle. I just was speaking to her this evening because she still has to have shelter until Saturday or Sunday. Her new unit, which we've helped her out with, and that's why I'm coming to the body. And she does have a place. It won't be ready to either Saturday or Sunday, which means she has to cover the cost to stay inside of the room with her three babies with food and have meals three times a day. Now, I ask a lot of people, and it's downright disheartening to see people just bypass right over the post. Let us be his hands, his arms, and his feet. What God gave to you, he gave it to you so it can be spread wide and long. Okay? If we all just took what we needed for the day and the excess or the abundance, everybody else would be straight. Wouldn't be no homeless, wouldn't be no broke, wouldn't be no poor amongst us. But we're greedy, and that's the reason why a lot of us are struggling and suffering, and many more will suffer because we don't think about anybody but ourselves. That's why I said this is a humbling experience. I would never, I would never want my kids to be on the streets. Been there, done that. But we didn't have to sleep on the street. And we did not have to get embarrassed by the grace of God with having our belongings and stuff set out. It's totally a shame. And the Lord said, that one's mine. I want to restore her. Let her know I have not left her, forsaken her. And he's taking care of her. But it was just so devastating that all the people that I help, all the people that I serve, and I don't help people to boast about what I do. The many coaches, the many, six-figure earners, the many people that just come by, pull up, get edification, get encouragement, get opportunities, pick fruit from my tree that is beneficial and healthy, and turn their dang on eyes when I ask for help, not for me, but for another sister and her children, spoke volumes to me. It had me enraged, righteously indignated, that I don't care to help people in that capacity. Why in the world would I give everybody a tourniquet while they bleeding, and then when I'm bleeding or somebody close to me bleeding, I can't get the tourniquet back? That's stupid. That's stupid. When I sow seeds and acts of kindness, it is so that I can have those things come back, whether they for me or whether it's on I'm standing in the gap on behalf of somebody else. How could you pass somebody? Then people get mad when I told them the truth. If you turn your ears or your eyes to the cries of the poor, and God said, when you cry, baby, and there's about to be a lot of people cry, he said, your cries will be ignored. And one thing that I do know, and two things is for certain, a lot of us ain't where we need to be. So God gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater. When we bless the poor, when we bless those, I'm going to just be 100%. I'm not going to ever tell you not to pay your tithes because I pay mine. But what I am going to say is a lot of these churches ain't paying nobody's rents with the tithes. That's what the tithes is for. The storehouse for God's people. We have just thought about ourselves and forsaken God's people. And that's what he had to show me. My people out here crying and they down and out. And I'll put you in the earth to be light in darkness. So I want to ask y'all kindly on this live, while you tuned in, I had to tell this one lady that it was devastating. I've known you for a very long time. You don't comment on none of my posts. But the moment that I said, shame on y'all. for ignoring the cry of somebody else. Like, bro, what is wrong with y'all? You want to hop on a post, everybody ain't got money right now, ma'am. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay? If you got 2 quarters, you can give up one. It's a hard situation. And that's why I'm broke. That's why you broke. You don't know how to share. You don't know the law of reciprocity. How is God gonna fill you up and you can't fill nobody else up? What? Is you crazy? You gonna always struggle. You gonna always have just enough or not enough at all. Because you don't know how to pour so you can be poured back into. If you give, it shall be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall be given to your bosom. Period. She got mad. I had something. I had say something. She said, "Right." My daughter came in the chat. I said, "Lord, let me go ahead and remove this. Let me go ahead and remove this." She got offended because it was the truth. People, and she probably was one. I'm sure. It's not assumption. A hit dog on Always Holler. She probably was one who saw the post and passed by it. And that's all I said. We still got to get this sister and her baby, and there's actually 3 women I shared with y'all. They do not know how they're going to pay their hotel fee. They just living by faith. One of them for sure has a place. The other 2 do not. And when I tell you they hanging on to hope, now, that doesn't mean I can help them forever. I pray that I am in a position to help them forever. I do have things in the works where I'll be able to help them. But right now, it's going to take the help of the body. If you had $1, it's the heart. It's the gratitude of love. That's why the widow who put in the mite gave more than the people who put in abundance. It's like, I really ain't got it, but look, I'll give you what I got. I really ain't got a whole lot, but I'll give you 2 quarters. Why? Because I want you to know you equal to me. And I'm not going to say, well, I got $1 and you ain't got nothing. I can't give you nothing. I'm not going to do that. I want you to know at least I care. If you can't give anything, let me share it. I see you. Let me pray for you. Let me encourage you in the post. Let me let you know I'm praying for you. But if you guys on this live do not mind, we still have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, say 4 days in a hotel. Hotel like $1.50, not $1.50, $1.50. We try to get the ones that have like extended stays, have like a little mini refrigerator and a microwave. Because the least you can do is have something cold to drink. And it's not a good thing with all the radiation, but this is what you're working with. And this is what we can offer. If you guys could help us to help her, and whatever we get splitting it with the other ladies. And I don't know, I know they watching me, so I ain't gonna expose their business not unless they want to. But I will say, mentally, it's easier to check out than it is to keep on moving forward when you just down bad like that and you in a situation. But we trust God. We show up as His hands and His feet to let Him know. It may be us today. It may be somebody else tomorrow, but God is not forsaking you. Can I get any volunteers that would like to donate and help us help these women? Anybody who hasn't donated, anybody who has a little more. I believe what we're doing right now is safeguarding us for what's to come. Straight up. That what a man sows shall he also reap. So if I'm sowing for somebody to have shelter, I better have shelter. If I'm sowing for somebody to eat, I better eat. Hello, somebody. I'm not going to Neiman Marcus and all these. No, let me sow on some good ground. It said, when you lend to the poor, you lend to the Lord, and He will repay you. Lord, I need you to repay me because these men out here tripping with these systems and stuff. They run all of this stuff. So if all else fails, I got something to fall back on. Something I can stand rock solid on. Okay. So if you guys don't mind, we're almost to the finish line. Me and my husband took our resources to pay the deposit, the admin fee, so we can, because we didn't just want to dump her off in a hotel and that be it. We're like, no, we're going to help you. And we did all that we could do with the resources we were allowed to do because we still got other stuff. We got payments on buildings and land and different things of that sort. Okay. Hi, brother. You just called me live and I'm about to leave. Okay. I'm about to leave. Very urgent and strategic live. So if you can listen to the replay before I take it out, I would highly encourage that. Um, but yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. I came by to serve y'all. It saddens me when I don't see people take action because I already know what the outcome gonna be. But I'm gonna be like God called me to be in Ezekiel. Whether they hear or they forbear, you're gonna tell them the truth. You're gonna tell them what I said. You're gonna warn them. You're gonna prepare them for what is to come, and the rest is on them and me, not on you. So I can't take it too personal, but it does grieve me. It really does. Cause ain't no way, y'all finna roll up on me and mine's like that. Mm-mm. We just cut from a different cloth. I love y'all. Any questions for me before I go? I am absolutely frozen. I am freezing, so y'all make it real quick. Um, like maybe 1 or 2 minutes if you have any questions. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and bless y'all out. Father, I did want to just say thank you so very much for every in-kind donation, every seed sown. Father, you told us to be furnished so that we can be charitable in all charitable opportunities. I pray 100-fold return speedily. Father, you said that you would perform your miracle. You would perform. They would see a performance happen in their life, Father, in the next 24 to 48 hours because of their act of kindness, their act of gratitude to be your hands, to be your feet. Everyone, all 10, 11 of them that gave from out of their resources, gave from out of their heart, I ask you, Father, that you will perform for them a miracle in the next 24 to 48 hours. Don't always have to be monetarily. Favor is real good. It works better than money. Open doors, opportunities, divine connections, you know. However, you said those who bless me, you would bless. And those who curse me, you will curse. Father, you know that we want to help your daughters. And I don't feel comfortable going to sleep knowing that they are suffering, trying to figure it out. I don't want to lose no one of my sisters or my brothers behind stress and worldly affairs. So I pray that you would even send more divine destiny helpers who have your heart that is not attached to the things of this world and that is willing to help restore faith and hope and belief in your children. There's so many people leading your people away astray that we're overdue for some light to draw them back to you. And we just make a declaration in the realm of the spirit that you can't have these women and that they will not go back to their captors Father, that you would provide and you would send rams in the bush, literally, not just from my way, but multiple ways. Father, you have given me this platform, and I'm truly grateful and thankful for that. And you can use this platform for whatever. If you want to provide for one of your children through this platform, have your way. If you want to pray for one of your children through this platform, have your way. But I'm asking you to do something super special for those that will help me help this one in particular make it to the finish line Saturday, and that they would help the other two that don't know how they gonna do it. Okay. That being said, since there's no questions, I love y'all. Okay. I show up because I love you. I don't know when I'm gonna show up again, but I am grateful to God that I was able to show up here today and talk to my cousins. With that being said, I will see y'all sometime soon. Okay. Hopefully, I'll be back in here before they come on that dumb stuff for November 1st. I really hope that they come to a resolution. If not, all I'm gonna say is brace yourself. All right, y'all. Peace out.